Ladies and gentlemen, Lauren Boebert's lead has increased. So she's increased her lead. If she continues to increase her lead, there won't be a recount. She will win officially. I mean, she's essentially already won. They recount. They'll find that it's probably even a more conservative total than originally tabulated, because the part of Colorado she's in is very conservative. It shouldn't even be close. The only reason it's close is not because of Trump's, extreme MAGA movement. It's because Republicans receive only overwhelmingly negative, apoplectic, and out of control media coverage from the Democratic Party. This is like one of the reasons why the National Review or the Daily Wire or anyone looking at Trump and saying, gosh, he's just a little bit too out there for the mainstream to accept. The only reason that almost half the electorate voted Republican was because of Trump. Okay, Mitt Romney, Jeb Bush, Chris Christie, Ted Cruz, Liz Cheney, even DeSantis would not have done as well nationally. We'll talk about that. And I like DeSantis. But when Republicans investigate a Republican president and say that the Kremlin wanted a Republican president, and we confirm this in a Senate meeting, based on an assessment from loyalists within the intelligence community that sided with the Democratic Party, that only said, well, we only have high to moderate confidence that even happened. Nobody's even read the intelligence reports. I have. You can read them online. They come with warranty disclaimers. But anyway, hit subscribe to this channel. We're on our way now to 201,000 subs. Ladies and gentlemen, it's because of you. But here, Associated Press, Trump loyalist Boebert increases lead. Wall Street Journal, Lauren Boebert's lead over Democrat widens in Colorado House contest. This is about an hour ago. So she has more than 1,100 votes. If she increases her lead, there will not be a recount. And Kari Lake has again confirmed or stated that she's going to win. She just retweeted, we're not in the business of spreading false hope. Our confidence hasn't wavered, and we haven't moved an inch since Election Day. Kari Lake will be the next governor of Arizona. So she states categorically again, she will become the next governor of Arizona. Okay. So she's only down by about 30,000, around 30,000, with around 20% left to count. And she's waiting for regions of Arizona that vote heavily red. See, that's the thing with democracy that takes weeks and weeks and weeks. The longer you draw out democracy, and this is the responsibility of the Republican Party. If the Republican Party is okay with all of this, then the wonderful party that people are supposed to revere, like, that's hilarious. I like Trump. I also like DeSantis, but I like Donald Trump. Okay? Who was against never-ending counterinsurgency conflicts and kicked the Lincoln Project out of the Republican Party. I like somebody who is against never-ending military conflict, who will negotiate in Europe. I like somebody with record low unemployment and record low poverty in 2019. That's Trump. And somebody who will push back against intelligence agency assessments on anything. Democrats just worship appeals to authority, whether it's the intelligence agencies or experts, and then they create a fabricated consensus. Trump isn't about that. He's about the bottom line. What's great for the economy? What's great for the country? What's great for foreign policy? What is beneficial to you for you? Democrats are not like that. They'll focus on the climate and then flood strategic petroleum reserves, 200 million barrels. But Kari Lake has stated again that she will win. And Adam Laxalt, so Kari Lake has stated she will win. And hit subscribe to this channel, ladies and gentlemen. We're on our way to 201,000 subs. It's because of you. If you want to give a super thanks, or if you want to support my work long term, my Patreon is below, and the super thanks is below next to the like and the share buttons. But Adam Laxalt has stated something interesting, and it comes down to 20 or 30,000 election day ballots that generally lean Republican when that day when people go and vote in person, or they go that day, according to Adam Laxalt and everyone watching, they tend to break Republican. But he says that he stated this has narrowed our victory window. The contest will come down to 20 to 30,000 same-day Clark drop-off, totals. So it's 20 to 30,000 on that day that are left to be counted. So on that day when people went to the polls or people dropped off, I think that what Adam Laxalt is doing, hopefully he's showing a certain type of confidence that he's preparing for victory or winning, but he might just be like, look, he doesn't even know now if he's going to win. I'll read you this. Here is where we are. We're up only 862 votes, multiple days in a row. The mostly counted continue to break higher Dem margins than we calculated. Well, okay, this has narrowed our victory window. The contest will come down to 20 to 30,000 election day Clark drop-off ballots. If they are GOP precincts or slightly Dem leaning, then we can still win. If they continue to trend heavily Dem, then she will overtake us. Thanks for all the prayers from millions of Nevadans and Americans who hope we can still take back the Senate and start taking our country back. Now, I was confident Laxalt would win and that we would take back the Senate. If we don't take back the Senate, you can say, well, you know what, you were wrong. It's like, yeah, I was wrong, but you have to ask why. Why was I wrong? Because I don't know anything about politics? Or because I don't I predicted the economic downturn, the stock market decline, crash this year up until a momentary spike, and that's just going to come crashing down anyway. Nobody was talking about that in 2021. I told you Clinton would lose to Trump and a whole bunch of other things. But the thing is, why? Why might Laxalt not win? It's because, and why did Blake Masters not win? Because of Mitch McConnell. Because of the establishment. Look, if you're conservative on the First or Second Amendment, and you want free speech, and you don't want never-ending counterinsurgency conflicts or wars or military interventions, then you're a Trump Republican. You're not a Republican. Okay? The political party, the Republican Party, the brand stinks. It's the Republican brand that Mitch McConnell and Paul Ryan and everyone from George W. Bush to Liz Cheney, the brand that they've created smells or stinks as bad as the manure or the fertilizer that's exponentially more expensive in Biden's America. Okay? The brand itself, when people say the party, there is no allegiance to the Republican Party. Democrats will vote for a house cat or a fern or somebody who could barely speak or a deceased person in Pennsylvania, literally. It's completely different. When Democrats say, there needs to be normality in the Republican Party, they just want to defeat Republicans. They don't care about the future of the Republican Party. They don't care about, or they want the same type of politician, but just maybe marginally socially more conservative. But the same foreign policy, pretty much the same economic policy. Mainly the same foreign policy. It comes down, the difference between Trump Republicans and never-Trumpers and the Democratic Party is primarily foreign policy. That's why you want to vote for Trump. It's a moral imperative. But then again, morality is completely skewed. They don't like Trump because he's mean. He says does mean things. But they're okay with Biden and the Libya intervention that destroyed a country, Bush, Cheney, and Rumsfeld's never-ending counterinsurgency conflicts, ended the lives of untold people throughout the Middle East, and You look at the toll that it took. Happy Veterans Day, and God bless all the veterans in this country. We owe a debt of gratitude to you that we can never repay as a country. So our country doesn't exist without the veterans and people risking their lives for this country. We owe them better. We owe you better than Bush, Cheney, and Rumsfeld never-ending counterinsurgency conflicts. That's the moral imperative. That's why people should vote for Trump Republicans and Donald Trump. But look, why didn't Blake Masters win? Because Mitch McConnell didn't give him the money needed. You can ask Blake Masters himself. I mean, the Senate was there if you had just done the right thing. Even the establishment could have done the right thing, but they benefit. Mitch McConnell benefits. The political angle, the big picture, the aggregate, the macro view, Mitch McConnell benefits from Republicans losing. He doesn't benefit from being the Senate majority leader and having to deal with Trump Republicans who are pushing him towards a different foreign policy. He benefits from Republicans losing. So, and the same thing, like the never-Trumpers benefit from Republicans losing. That's why they investigated Trump for 4 years. They wanted to limit Trump's influence. And then they said, oh my God, we lost Arizona and Georgia. It's like, well, you investigated a Republican president. How many Democrats are investigating Hunter? How about zero? Or Biden? That'll never happen. That would never happen. Democrats, like I said, would vote for a fern or a house cat or an inanimate object or a deceased person. It's a religion to Democrats. It's certainly not a religion to me, okay? I want what's best for the country, especially in terms of foreign policy. We're now talking about a nuclear confrontation, possible annihilation now in Europe. Real wages are down 8.5%. The economy stinks. The layoffs are increasing. And you have like tiny little pieces of economic news. Oh, inflation went down to 7.9% or 7.7%. It's like, no. You flooded 200 million barrels of strategic petroleum reserves. How stupid can you get? And oil's going back up globally. Oil's going back up. When they say, well, we're no longer in a recession. Okay, then that means oil's going to go way back up. And that inflation will continue to go up. Big part of inflation are energy costs. And then you want to address the climate with limiting oil, so you're all over the place. Democrats are all over the place. Anyway, give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. Carrie Lake should win. She's on her way to victory. Lauren Boebert will win. And it's like, Adam Laxalt hopefully we'll see it through. If he wins, we win the Senate. Give me